Oh, greetings. Just one moment. Let me fix the. I'll go with entire screen like usual. Also share system. No, we're going with my. Oh wait. Also share system audio. Does that work better for you? Um. So how does this? Is this volume better? Does this volume work for you? I do have Rustage playing in the background. My man Rustage. Um, let's shrink this down. There. Oh. So I hope you can hear me. I don't know if you can or not. But we are going to be, I'm going to show you, or not show you, explain a one-piece sport that I believe I have come up with. That's why is that clear over there? Huh. All right. Try and get this to where I can see you guys over here. And I'm going to use oh wait, no. If I remember correctly, it was a window. I think it was a window that I needed. No, it wasn't. I'm working on trying to figure out the systems and stuff. I'm not the best with things like electronics. All right, bring that down there. Microsoft Paint. Boom. If I remember correctly, there's a way to oh, here it is. Okay. I'm going to want probably that. Whee, there we go. All right. All right. Let's see. Where's the zoom? So, unfortunately, I don't really have any people here. But it is what it is. I guess that's okay because they would have been irritated from me trying to get things set up. So, now that it's 5 minutes in, I have an idea for a one-piece sport, and I need to work on a business email for just a template, pretty much just for anything in general. But specifically, I'm trying to start a anime city, build an anime city. So this One Piece sport is just a bonus. It's just a little side thing that I came up with. And by the way, Shonen Showdown, specifically mentioning you gave me a little bit of a fright because you did a video last week with the title of anime sport, and I was like, wow, oh no, beat me to it. No, you didn't create a sport. You created a game. That's what you created. Uh, the reason I say that is tag is a game. Uh, Rolling dice is a game. Those aren't sports. They're not people uh, physically doing a physically demanding job like a sport would. But I'm gonna prove it to you because I'm gonna show you what I got. Now, let's see. Should I use the pen? Should probably use the pencil. I'm just gonna try and keep this fairly, fairly simple. So is it this? We'll keep it at 10, just so it makes it easier to see. So the reason I say that I have a sport is this. First off, you have to have a field. For some reason, I've been going with the whole octagon, and it's a octagon, not a hexagon. Apologize. Because hexagons are the best of gons, right? I'm trying to make this nice. I don't know why. But essentially, octagon, right? Here's the field. Now, the way the field is set up, it's always random. I should actually put this down in the one. So the field is always going to end up being random. It's almost like every spot is a dice roll type of thing. Ahead of time, it gets set up. So it'd be like, here's a building here, type of thing. Yeah, it's all sloppy. But essentially, you create a town inside of here, and it's shaped after like some sort of town. Specific, I want to say like plywood, cheap, easy to build, put together and take apart type of thing. You would have specific landmarks like a bar, right? Got to have a bar. Um, Out in the outskirts, there would be a port for each. Like you'd have like a port on each thing. And the reason I'm going with this shape is because of this. The teams would do the flip of the coin, right? Hey, yo, comba. Dog just came in. Um, the teams would get a flip of the coin, and whoever wins gets to pick whether they want home advantage or home team or to go to a port or to start at a port. If they start at ports, they have to choose a side, right? And if whatever side they choose, the enemy has to be in one of the opposite three. So if they're here, for example, the enemy would have to pick from one of these three. They wouldn't know what Well, I guess it wouldn't matter if they knew which one was closest or not because they still have to go. The rules would be that they have to enter into the arena and they can't leave the bounds until it's over. So it doesn't matter which side they know is closest because they still have all this distance to go, and there could be buildings like right up against like this type of thing, right? Um, but they could always choose to have home field advantage, which in that case they could start anywhere inside here, and the opposing team afterwards, like after the home team goes in. Oh, hey Nick Vive, how's it going? Nick Vive is on my Discord. I'm explaining the One Piece sport that I believe I've created. Right now, I'm at the beginning. Right now, I'm talking about the. I'm doing good. Uh, right now, I'm talking about the field. So, um, if they decide to have home field advantage, they could start anywhere in here, and they could even be spread out or whatever, however they decide to do it. But the opposing team can start anywhere if they decide to take that route. Now, cool thing about so you can actually hear me. Nice. Um, it'd be what would really be cool is if somebody, not saying specifically you, but just somebody in general, was to actually bring this to somebody's like a sports association's attention, and they contact me like, "Hey, we'd like to have you come and talk to us at our office." Now that would be like best case scenario, right? uh, I'm slightly distracted because my mom's dog is being a little demanding. um, anyway, so the cool thing about this One Piece sport is that each crew is able to make their own within reason, because we don't want adult themes and such. But they can create their own crews, their own designs, just like in One Piece. I'm not going outside. No, I'm busy right now. Um, so got sidetracked. Um, right. So if there's enough room, like say we're in a big field or something, um, or it's a massive arena, um, something like that, we might have enough room to actually incorporate ships. Like you say, they again using this spot here, um, they could actually make their own ship design, right? Boom. The sails, right? And they can make it look however they want, as long as it isn't, let's say, inappropriate. But they could get creative that way. Now, the thing about that though is the way to win this battle, because it's a battle. It's essentially a battle of the sorts using things like paintball slash Nerf style weapons and such that leave marks so that it's clear to see who struck where and when. Um, but essentially, there's two ways of winning. Uh, there is no such thing as a ball in this, like there would be in the normal sense of a sport. But what they're playing with is bounties. So one way to win is for everybody in the thing to die, like right, dead bodies, boom, boom, boom. Everybody gets taken out in one team. Uh, That's one way to win. And then the second way to win would be to steal the opponent's Jolly Roger, right? So this team's Jolly Roger, since the ship would be technically connected to the port, boom, the ship, their quote unquote ship would be connected to the port. The opposing team could always come to the dock. No, go. What, you want to go home? You want to go home? All right, I'll be right back. My mom's dog wants in. Uh, Sorry about that. I live next door to my mom. My mom and my stepdad. And I happen to have a dog door for my cats to go in and out. So he's always coming in and saying hi. My uncle was here. That's why he really likes my uncle. He wanted in. The dog's name's CPR. I thought he wanted me to go outside and play with him, but what it really was is that my uncle is over chatting with my stepdad and mom. Oh, cool thing about CPR that I didn't realize when we named him that is oh, it could be short for chopper. I thought that was sort of cool. Uh, okay. Oh, and I think I fixed the whole chat thing on when people watch later on, so people can actually see chat now. But we'll have to wait and see. Now, uh, okay. The second way is that they can capture Jolly Roger, right? Now, if there's two ships like this, uh, I don't have my camera on. I have it just showing my entire screen. Um, it's just a whole lot easier for me because I don't know how to. I haven't figured out how to use the microphone pin, so it's closer to my face. Um, and use the camera at the same time because the camera thing that I have has a microphone added to it. So I'd rather use the pin so you guys can actually hear me fairly clearly. And as far as the chat thing, I was talking about afterwards when you can go on in my playlist and look at the live streams. They didn't show the chats on the afterwards part. They only showed the chat during work. So I do believe I went and fixed that. So after I end the stream, I'll go on there and take a look and see if I can you can actually see chat on the after. But yeah. Anyway, if if the home team decides to have home field advantage, right? One of these buildings would essentially be like a hideout, and it could be anywhere in the city. So the opposing team has a disadvantage in the fact that the home field could just go where they can around the perimeter looking for uh, the invader's ship. They don't know where the home field's Jolly Roger is going to be, so it adds a little extra nervousness and how uh, what who do we leave behind to defend our Jolly Roger? How many people? That kind of thing. So that's the two ways of winning the whole thing itself. by defeating the entire crew or taking their Jolly Roger. Now, oh yeah, I actually have ideas for hockey, devil fruits, that kind of stuff as well. Though the devil fruits, oh, you too. The devil fruit part is you have a good day as well. Uh, that's been a little bit tricky, but the hockey aspect has actually been somewhat easier for me to figure out because it's more martial arts based. So yeah, uh, let's see. So this is the field, right? Boom. Uh, yeah. Oh, and the bounties. One cool thing about the bounties is that's actually how much the players get paid. So you don't want to get defeated while you're out here on the battlefield because you get defeated, the enemy actually, or the other player, actually takes some of your pay. Not the whole thing, but they take like a certain percentage of it, and it goes towards their bounty. Yeah, it gets sort of interesting. uh, and if you think about it, that's actually a really good way to weed out the people who are actually skilled and who aren't. And if you actually have to play using your pay, similar to poker game, all right, you better be good at it. Now there would be a minimum amount, and I actually came up with a way to do the medics. The medics would actually be the opposite. They want their bounty to be the lower because any enemies that attack the medic won't get as much money, you know. But that sort of plays on the chopper bounty part, and uh, the way they do it sort of goes in reverse. They start at a high bounty, then they work their way down, whereas everybody else starts at the bottom and works their way up. Um, but this would be a really good way of also keeping track of uh, where the corporation's money as a whole is going towards, because that way you don't have to like okay, well, what are their taxes, and then go into all this other private stuff and all this other like banks statements and everything else. No, you can see where everybody's money is going towards because it's all in the bounties. So that's also a a decent way of regulating that. Now, with that all said, we have the field, all right? We have bounties. Come on. Now, we're going to talk about, let's go with devil fruits, because that's the more difficult one for me right now. Devil fruits, right? Then we'll go with maybe hockey. So devil fruits. I'm thinking of doing devil fruits the best, most ideal way to do devil fruits would be to go more virtual. So, like you have these VR glasses that you wear, right? Um, they're more like What am I doing here? They're more like sports goggles that you would wear. It has a little rubber band thing that goes around the head. But these would be translucent. Um, yeah, these would be translucent, so it doesn't block your view of the actual view. And it's more hologram like, so that way you can actually see the devil fruits being used. Um, you can actually see like your health bar, like that little dot right there would be like your health bar or something. And you can tell when you're actually defeated or when you're like say somebody has sea stone or something, when you become weakened, that kind of thing. But at the beginning, we wouldn't have the the technology for that, right? So we have to assume that if we don't have that technology, we have to go with things that more like um, what are they called? Like timeouts. Call a timeout. Uh, yeah, I don't know what I'm writing here. Anyways, say for like example, Foxy's Devil Fruit, how he has that frozen time. Don't mind me. I'm just having fun. Uh, how he has that not freeze, time. What was it called? He has like a time fruit. Uh, that would be like you have to call out a move that the referee knows the moves. Oh, speaking of, sorry, I get sidetracked. Let me finish this first. Um, you and that you call out your move and point it at somebody, and that person has to like stop what they're doing, so for like I don't know 5 seconds or whatever. Uh, just throwing a number out there. Um, Logias, interestingly enough, uh, Logias, would actually be fairly simple and easy to incorporate because Logias can only be affected by hockey. And if you're not wearing a badge, a hockey badge, mind you, there'd be different badges with levels. Like Devil Fruit would have different levels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 type of thing. Um, Hockey is a similar situation, but if you don't have hockey, you can't even hit Logias, right? So these guys would just be going around the field just willy nilly, not having to worry about being attacked. Uh, and then all of a sudden, bam! Because they're getting cocky, they get hit with by somebody who has hockey. Um, as far as like attacks go, it could be that they have a special type of shoot, how do I put it? A special type of shoot. It's been so long since I've used those. Like a water gun that they use as an attack. Uh, Maybe I might be able to figure something else out, like water balloons, squirt guns, that kind of thing. And and I do have ideas for other like regular guns. Those water-based attacks would be set aside specifically for Logias to represent their Logia ability. Um, uh, Trying to think. That's just some examples as far as that goes. I'm just woken up, or I just woke up from a nap, so excuse me. Um, the I got Logias right. Paramecias are the tricky ones because with Paramecias, they're so wide and varied. It's like, how do you really? incorporate them other than one at a time. So then you got to go, okay, well, what do you do with um, logia, paramecia, and my brain went kaput. Zoan, sorry. I I swear, I know it. I'm caught up with the anime. uh, Zoan, right? Well, perhaps what we can do with the Zoan is make it to where they can have like an quote unquote extra life because they're supposed to be more durable, right? That's one way you can do it. Give them an extra life, uh, extra hit that they can take, or perhaps hmm, perhaps they could if they use a ability, like they call out an ability that would give them an extra attack via referee, you know what I mean, type of thing. So Zoans would be like the next difficult trying to figure down, but Paramecias, that's where we go. Okay, what do we do? Like we say, for instance, Perona's ghost. Uh, she has the ghost fruit, right? Maybe if she does a called attack, and obviously referee would have to be there. They would do a call attack and point at the person. So, say so and so is off in the distance, running towards the person that has the ghost fruit, and they point at them and say whatever. Can't remember what her attack was called, but the ghost just basically go through them, make them all depressed. If that's the case, the referee would make the um, I want to say probably a special whistle for devil fruits and a special whistle for things like medical timeouts or official timeouts type of thing. Separate sounding whistles. So, like they would do a devil fruit whistle, right? And point at the person with the flag and say, "You're unable to fight for, or unable to fight," and then this person would end up having to go up and execute them essentially. But that would basically be, I want to say, an idea on the ghost fruit because the ghosts don't really kill them per se. They just flow through them and make them depressed, and you got to go over and kill them. So it'd be like a 5 second. Uh, this person can't move for 5 seconds. Instead, they got to like slump down or something to the ground. But what do you do about, say, Luffy's attacks, right? The quote unquote gum attacks. I would say that you'd have to go up to, where is it? To level 5 over here. You have to go up to level 5 before it becomes the mythical zone that it's supposed to be. But the gum attacks that he does from a distance would essentially be similar to Perona's, other than they wouldn't have to be forced to slump down and wait for the Perona to go over there and kill him. Instead, what it would be is just an attack from afar, like they were almost like they were shooting a gun, or gum pistol. You know what I mean? Or gum rifle, that kind of thing. And depending on this person's devil fruit and or hockey level, depends on whether the attack would be able to land or not. Uh, but it would essentially be as if you were shooting a gun, but you didn't physically have one. Um, Then there's things like the ice fruit, right? Where the person that has the ice fruit could do a named attack where they make a sheet of ice underneath, and then I'm gonna actually incorporate that. They make a sheet of ice underneath a group of people, right? And they're like, "No, I can't walk." But the referee that saw, or referees that saw the person, um, this person fell down, right? Uh, the referee that saw, or referees that saw the person cast the devil fruit ability would do the devil fruit ability whistle and point at the whole group and say, uh, "Group can't move," or "Group on ice," or something similar to that, where they know they have to act like they're slipping around, type of thing. Um, Obviously, kinks need to be worked out the system, but that's sort of what I'm going for as far as the devil fruits go. Is trying to come up with something that doesn't use technology, but I would prefer to be able to have a technology to be able to do it. But that costs money. Now I remembered. So the referees would be the quote unquote citizens in the town, or better yet, they would be the Marines that are in the town, right? Um, Obviously, in One Piece, the Marines would be fighting against the pirates, but since these are referees, they're going to be wearing, or they're not going to be attacking, but instead observing, making calls and all that stuff. So the referees would be the Marines that they would see around town, as well as townspeople that are around town. Um, and the Marines also have access to things like, well, I want to say they can once they hit a certain rank. One, as they gain in ranks, they also gain in bounties, so to speak, similar to how Cross Guild has their bounty system. Um, Once Marines hit a certain rank, then they can become devil fruit users, right? But in order to gain a devil fruit, they also have to start working in hockey, which, mind you, is the next thing that I wanted to talk about, right? Because hockey, you have three different types. You have observation, right? You have uh, duh, 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 duh. Oh, come on, in not reinforcements. How do am I drawing an absolute blank at this? Uh, I can't remember right now off the top of my head. I'll remember. It's going to be one of the things that bugs me until I remember. Then you have observation, armament. What am I? Oh, I can't believe it. Armament hockey. Then you have conquerors hockey, right? So depending on which one you want, depends on what kind of training you do for during the summer. I'm thinking like summer camp or off season camp would be when you acquire these. Essentially, training. You go into a training arc type of thing, for off season. So you'd end up going like one, two, three, four, five, right? once you get 5 in observation and armament, maybe 10, depending on how you're able to go into conquers, and you're able to get 5 or 10 or whatever. But so let's say you meet the requirements, right? You don't automatically just get all these all at once. You have to actually level each one up. So you'd be doing 3 different types of training. So you'd go, okay, well, I can't do conquerors hockey yet. I have to do observation hockey and armament. But then you end up reaching that level and you go, okay, now I can start doing conquerors. You have to go, okay, am I going to just learn conquerors and focus on this? Or am I going to do a couple armament and one in this, or vice versa type of thing? And you might not even have 3. You might only end up getting 1, just depending on how much you train. But once you're able to reach Conquerors hockey, you go, okay, now I can start gaining ranks in these. I might keep it with 5 because then it goes 10 and then 10 here, and then you can, boom, Conquerors hockey, right? Get 10 in Conquerors hockey. Then you go, okay, now this person has Supreme King hockey, I think is what it's called. It's not a C. Okay. Supreme King hockey. Right? That's when you get to like the big boy level. That's when you're like Yonko level type of status. Because you're no longer dealing with, I mean, you still have to deal with this stuff to keep your hockey up and going. But now you reach this level, Supreme King hockey. That's when you basically null and void everybody else's stuff on this, is when you start using this training, right? And I want to say like a maximum, like when you reach Rogers level, you're like 10 in Supreme King hockey. But you still have to also, that the downside to Supreme King hockey is once you get to this, it's mandatory that you have to do all 3 of these training in order to get 1 level in this, 1 level in this, 1 level in this. That's how you level this up, is by doing all 3 of these. Once you reach the 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 proper level with Conquerors hockey, right? Now you have to ask yourself, okay, well, what kind of training are you talking about with hockey? That's where that's where it also involves sports as well, because this is sort of like a martial arts MMA style training program here. For example, observation hockey, that would be training in things like, and I know it sounds sort of weird, but this is an anime based theme, but like wearing a blindfold, right? While trying to dodge, quote unquote, dodge, I don't know why I did that, Nerf bat attacks or something similar. Some 1 or 2 people have one of those foam Nerf bats, and they got to hit you or something. Uh, there's also like doing blindfold training, like and what I mean by that is like how the military sometimes they'll blindfold themselves and tear their weapons apart, put them back together, see how fast they can do it, type of thing. Maybe you could do that with like solving puzzles or just different I can't see type of stuff. Um, Another one would be situational awareness, like being able to walk into a building and name where everything was at just by walking through at a brisk pace. Type of situational awareness. That's another form of training that could be done. Observation, eyes. As far as the armament hockey part, that part I would say something along the lines of um, Muay Thai or karate style training. Think like getting punched and kicked in the stomach, like in Muay Thai, or punching boards, breaking boards, essentially strengthening your body. I'm also thinking that a if people don't want to go that route because it's quote unquote too intense, um, perhaps just basic conditioning, body conditioning, exercising type of stuff. Once you hit uh, um, certain markers, you would get a point in armament hockey. Um, and that these would be like badges that you actually wear with a number, so it signifies that you have actually done the thing. Hold on a moment. Yeah, okay, I'm back. I just realized it, but the music stopped. So yeah, let's turn the music back on. Now, I thought of something while I was away. Oh, weapons. Oops. So I had an idea as far as weapons goes, because there's special weapons that in One Piece, like swords. Um, Working towards the music. So as far as like the guns that they use in One Piece or slingshots, that kind of thing. Um, Slingshots would obviously be allowable in here via special ammo. Uh, but there would also be paintball. Do I want to do yeah, like paintball, airsofts? I want to say paintball's probably the better idea for the simple fact that it actually leaves a little bit of a splatter, and which would quote unquote signify the person's blood spilling out or the hit that got hurt. Um, and as far as weapons go, like swords, you would have basic swords, which would be essentially Nerf slash paintball style swords that would leave marks like paint marks on the enemies. But there would be special weapons. Um, like the black blades, for example, as well as other lesser ones. Though the people wielding those weapons would actually have titles. If you're a swordsman with a title, then I would probably make it something along the lines of you are immune to gunfire. Like as long as you're swinging your sword, you're immune to gunfire. Or uh, you can do long range attacks if you have a weapon of a certain grade or higher. Um, um, let's see. Whoever has, I want to say like Shanks and Mihawks' swords, or like the Supreme Great Blades. Only people with those weapons would be able to fight one another, type of thing. And when they do, buildings quote unquote fall over or something that are nearby. Uh, and we could have like some sort of special system where buildings can actually like fold up or something just to signify how powerful that their attacks are. uh, but yeah, this is can be a very very good idea for a sport. If anybody is willing to help me get in contact with somebody, it'd be a really good idea. It'd be really appreciated. Uh, Whoever's on, thank you for joining. I'm just getting done with the sports aspect on this. Oh, they left. Anyways, I'm just getting done with the sports aspect on this, right? So, yeah. My next step will be to work on some type of business email. Not necessarily for this per se, but to write for just in general future emails. So let's see. Let's go with Notepad and the path specified. Hmm? How did that work? Oh, here it is. So we got that. There we go. And this side should be my live stream. There we go. Okay. Oops. Sorry. I just did the whole knuckle cracking, and then my hand accidentally hit the microphone. So, but yeah. So tab. This, like I said, is just going to be a template, and I would like you guys, if there's even anybody here, to help out in chat. Oops, helps by no, it's doctor. It's been a long time. Actually, I should write down two. I'm used to writing on my phone or typing on my phone. Two. Cons. I feel like there should be a C there. Oh, cool. It actually fixed it for me. Sweet. To whom it may concern. I can't remember how many. Is it two? I think it's two spaces. Oh no, no. I did that wrong. I don't know what the actual business part would be, but I'm gonna go dear Mr. Slash. Oh, Mr. Dot slash. Oops. Me in capitals. Dang it. Dear Mr. Miss. Oops. It's not two spaces. So, capital letters. So, jeez Louise. Something like that. No, be right. Oh, that was a message from my mom. Messenger. Damn it, to whom it may. Actually, probably be better to do to whom it may concern. No, I thought I had screwed it up, but I really didn't. To whom it may concern. Okay. Oh, the hell. My hands weren't right. I am writing. Whom it may concern. I'm writing to you. Oh shit! I just realized something. It's actually going to end up being a little bit difficult to write a generic business letter without really having a type of designation, not designation, like a specific person. To whom it may concern, I am writing to you. Uh, unless I get any help from any potential. Unless I get any help from any potential chats, I might not be able to quite properly do this. I'm writing to you concerning a. Actually, no, I might be able to come up with something. I am writing to you concerning. Oops. Writing to you concerning a Uh, I am current. I knew it was wrong. Currently, I'm writing to you concerning a special project. I am no, not current. I am working on. Let's see. What was the? Let me get my phone in. I need to make a little Google search. Find out how much. I don't. I guess I could do it on the computer just so you guys can see it as well. What are the statistics? No, that's not what I'm going for. What are the statistics of what are statistics for what are the statistics for anime? What are the statistics for anime in 2024? What are the statistics for anime in 2024 worldwide? Anime statistics and facts. Global anime market. Oh, come on. Anime market was valued at approximately 26 billion in 2023 and is expected to rise due to increased demands for anime content across various platforms. Anime industry revenue. Looks like there's more. Grew to a record 25.1 billion in 24 with the Japanese market contributing for anime fans worldwide. Approximately 40% of the world's population has watched anime, whether through streaming services, television, or DVDs. Yep. The action genre remains the most popular, followed by adventure, fantasy, shonen, romance, and mystery. Anime industry growth means content is to within a decade from these statistics highlights significant popularity anime worldwide. So let's see. Anime fan, approximately 40% of the world's population has watched anime, whether through streaming services, television, worldwide. Yeah, so between 8. So almost half of the population of the world has watched anime. But I would dare to say probably half of them. So we'll just say 25% of the world's population, or roughly thereabout, are fans. So that's something to look at. I am writing to you concerning a special project I am working on. that has the potential to reach. Let's see. Potential to reach close to. I'm writing you concerning a special project I'm working on that has a potential to reach close to 1 um, um, so I am writing to you concerning a special project I'm working on that has a potential to reach close to 1 billion people worldwide. With, let's see, how do I put it? That currently contributes close between 30 and 40 billion dollars, or that contribute close to 30 billion dollars, or that. Did you know that project buys seed phrases at a very high price? Huh? What the heck is that? Did you know that the project buys seed phrases? What is that? Anyways, uh, trying to think of a way to put this. Um, I'm writing to you concerning special project, and you can help contribute too if you want. Give a little bit of advice if you will. What, you want to go outside, huh? Let's see. Close to 1 billion people worldwide. Uh, I think I'm gonna just keep it here. Uh, uh, not keep it here like the whole thing, but this part, because I can't think of a way to phrase the 30 billion to 40 billion. Um, hmm, 1 billion people worldwide with, oops, with a with a with actually with a not monetary potential, with a hmm, with a with a and actually I probably wouldn't want to bring that up I was gonna say with a minimum maximum potential to billions of dollars. People worldwide with a potent reach where is it? Um, yeah, I know. Let's see, close to 1 billion people worldwide with the potential to reach hundreds of millions of dollars. Nope, 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 nope. Yeah, not really. I'm writing to you concerning a special project I'm working on that has the potential to reach close to 1 billion people worldwide with the potential to reach hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions. Um, you be interested in, oh, would you be interested in helping? Would you be interested in helping? I have plans on plans on. Hmm. Well, nobody's on here, nobody's helping, and I can feel myself starting to get to where I need to eat something. So I can't really think at the moment, like straight, but more in particularly like anything specifically to put this towards. Not put this towards, but to write on here, like maybe something along the lines of I have plans on plans. I have many plans. If you're in, if perhaps something along the lines of I have many plans. If you're interested, I know on how you can help. I have many. I have many plans. I have no idea what that is. Did you sell seed frost on the? I don't know what that project website thing is, and I don't I might look it up at some point just to see what you guys are talking about, but I have no idea what that is. um, uh, I, but I was thinking something along the lines of maybe I have plans if you would be in. I have plans for a better future. I don't know exactly how to. I don't know exactly how to put it. So yeah, I have no idea what these guys are talking about, and it sort of makes me a little nervous when people put random things on there like that. So, like I said, I feel my blood sugar starting to drop a little bit. I've been on here for over an hour. Uh, Need to get something to eat. So, hope you guys have a good day. Oh, wait, I gotta save this first. Save. File name. Yeah, I guess I could save it to that. All right, now that that's done and over with, since nobody's on here, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. Hope you guys have a good day. Goodbye.